Hello, this is McKay with BYU Software Training Lab, and today we'll be taking a look at generating a list of tables or table of figures. This process is very similar to generating a table of contents, but with a couple extra steps. In my document, I only have tables, so I'm only going to be generating a list of tables, but this process is the exact same for table of figures if you have that as well. Before we begin, I want to briefly warn against using captions. Some of you may have been told that using the Insert Caption button under the References tab is the best way to generate a list of tables or table of figures, but in my experience, I found captions are harder to work with and usually lead to more problems. So we'll be using my preferred method today of using our own generated styles. The first step is creating a style that we can use to apply to all of our table names. If you haven't already, go to the Home tab and click on the bottom right arrow within the Styles gallery to open up the Styles pane. At the bottom, you'll see this A with a plus symbol at the bottom of it. This is the button to add a new style, so click on that. And within this dialog box, you'll want to name your style something you won't forget. I'm going to name mine List of Tables in all caps. I'll then hit OK. You can see now that the style we just created is here at the top in the Styles gallery. Now we'll want to go through and format all of our table names using this new style, similarly to how we applied all the heading styles to all our headings. Now you just need to click so that the cursor is inside this line and right-click on your new style to choose Update to Match Selection. That will apply that style to this table, and you can go through after and fix any formatting it may have fiddled with. For example, if I still need this table description italicized, I'll just fix that manually. Now let me fast forward and do this same process for all my other tables, applying that same style we created to every other table name. You'll want to make sure you apply the style to every table in your document before you continue. With that done, come back up to your page where you plan to generate your list of tables. Place your cursor within the page and then select Insert Table of Figures in the Captions section. Before we can hit OK, we want to tell Word which styles to use to generate our table. So click on Options, which will bring up this dialog box. Click on the checkbox to build your own table of figures from a style. Then select the style you used from the drop-down. Hit OK, then OK again. And here it is, our list of tables. We can now go through and format this to our liking, which for me means highlighting the whole thing and making sure it's double-spaced. And that's it. If you need a table of figures as well, the process is exactly the same. Just create a different style from the Styles pane, which you can call Table of Figures in all caps. Then go through, apply the style to all of your figures, and then use the Insert Table of Figures button to generate a different table from your new style, just making sure to select it from the drop-down menu.